What's up, guys? As you know, I've been having trouble with this motor right here, and I said in one of my previous videos that if it ever gave me problems, I couldn't really complain because it's been good to me. I've been kind of rough on it, neglected it. I haven't done any. I'm embarrassed to say this. I've never changed oil in this thing, so it serves me right to give me trouble. But anyways, I mean it's all good. It's still running, but we're gonna change the oil in it, and we're gonna put some new parts on old Betsy here. We're gonna take care of her today, and hopefully this will help my my issues I've been having. You can go back to my other videos. I'll pin one here, and you can also, I'll put one in this video. But I've been having some issues with it. I've been posting a little bit on other social medias, TikTok, whatever, and I've been asking questions. And people's been telling me about the coil. Try the coil. It sounds like the coil is getting hot and shutting down on me because it don't want to crank when it gets hot, and it quits pretty easy when it's hot. But we got some new parts we're going to put on it, and I got a new coil and a new carburetor, and it's not any fancy carburetor, any kind of souped up carburetor. It's supposed to be one just like this on it. But we're going to start with the coil, and because that's been giving me the most trouble. Okay, to do the coil, 8mm bolt, we have to take this plate right here off for your starter pull cord. Drop that one. There should be three, one there. Coil should be right over in here, so we have to take the carburetor off also, or this not the carburetor, we have to take this housing right here off. All right, in order to take this off, we've got two nuts right here, and these are number 10s, and I guess I'm going to drop every one of them. Got to pull your air filter off because there's a nut underneath here, and there's a bolt right there. If you can see that should be a number 10 also. And it's a little difficult to get a socket in there, the way that hole is shaped. There we go. As you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but there's more opening on this side than there is on this side. And the socket, you have to kind of force it in there. This also will pull your carburetor off by taking them two out right there, so you have to be real careful. You have to pull off this little air tube valve cover right there. It should pull right off now. There we go. We have another tube, but it's way up in there. I kind of see one of my problems. My gasket is torn right there, but it has a bad spot on it. It has another one right there, so I gotta remove the throttle cable. What I'm doing here, I gotta try to move this little throttle cable here, and in order to do that, I got to take it off this arm. All that just to pull this loose. Tell you what, I need to pull this out so I don't lose it. Go ahead and just pull this off. I'm gonna go ahead and just drain the gas out of it. I've got a new line to put on here, new gas line and everything, so there's not much gas in there, half a gallon or less. It's well worth it to get that out of there and start with some fresh. To pull this carburetor off, it's pretty cut and dry. It just slides in on them two shafts right there. And I did have some leaks. Going on right here around the bowl. Okay, while that's draining, get this new carburetor out and show it to you. It looks just like the old one, it's just a lot cleaner. Same profile, same everything. It's got the on and off switch right there. It actually looks pretty good for a really cheap carburetor. These things, I don't remember what I paid for this. I got it from Amazon. I'll drop a link below in the description. And if y'all click on that link and buy from that link, it does help out the channel. So I appreciate that if y'all do that. But anyway, that and the coil right here. The coil, pretty simple little process. The hardest part is getting everything tore apart. And this carburetor came with a bunch of different jets. It came with 7 different jets on it. It came with hose clamps, a piece of hose, all the gaskets. I actually got 3 different gaskets and a little choke handle. So yeah, that's pretty nice, really. 44. There is numbers on it. That's a 44. They're really tiny numbers. 41. So yeah, we'll go through them and check them out. And I need to go online right quick like and look and see what size jet. I think it's a 41 or 42 or 44. But you got several different jets there, so you can try out. I kind of want to take the old one out and see what's in it. I'm going to check to make sure there's a jet in here. There's 7, so I'm assuming this would be number 8 that's in here. Okay, there's a jet in there, and I don't know which one it is. So I don't know what's in there. There's no directions other than that. We're done draining here. I don't mind, you know, wasting that gas and putting new stuff in there, because I'm going to go back in with ethanol-free gas. I'm going to make a trip to the store that sells that, and that's what we're going to go back in with. Okay, I went ahead and pulled this seal off. This is the seal that was pulled off the side of the motor right here, or the side of this plastic piece. We do have a brand new one to go on there. It's identical to it, so we're going to go back with the new one. Try to go back with all new stuff, you know. Got the new gasket on there. Nice and pretty. First new part. 5 bolts holding this up. Looks like it's the number 8. Only dropped 2 out of 5. That's pretty good. It just comes right off just like that. So there's my coil right there. This is where the wire goes around that's on the attached to the coil. It just runs on top of the block over there to it. Get that undone. Pull the plug wire loose. And now this one I have my tachometer over here wrapped around it. I got a little zip tie, real tiny zip tie on that. I have a video on how I installed this, which, you know, it's really simple, pretty easy. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that hanging right there for now, because I may attach that back to it. Sorry about the light if you can't see all the time. My little light went dead on me. It looks like a lot of parts and a lot of stuff you're taking off, which you kind of are, but it's really not too difficult. All right, this is the old coil right here. It's pretty rusted up. I don't know if that makes any difference or not. The new one sure looks a lot better than this. I hope this one works. It's, as you can see, it's a little bit smaller. This piece here is a little smaller, and these are a little bit smaller also. So we shall see, according to all the reviews and people putting these on a Predator 420 engine. So it should work. We're gonna find out. Okay, I found me a piece of paper here, and it's supposed to you're supposed to put it between this section here and the flywheel to have your spacing. They say something similar to a credit card, maybe a little less, just enough where you don't get no friction, it don't touch, don't hit. I think that's going to work pretty good. That's just a trial and error thing you'll have to figure out. All right, we're going to take and stick this piece of paper down there. Maybe you can see how I got that paper stuck in there. It's just something, just a little spacer is all that is. And until we can get these tightened up. Okay, turn the flywheel to get our paper out. I think that's going to work out pretty good. Maybe you can see in there I have just enough clearance. It's not hitting anything, so we should be good to go on that. This kit actually did include a new spark plug, but the plug I have is a pretty new plug, and it's not been on there very long at all, so we're going to leave it on there. Run all this back up through here. We just ran our black wire back over the top, right where the old one was at. Okay, that's not as difficult as it might look. So we're gonna install the new carburetor. Go ahead and put that on there while I got it apart. I didn't take the jet apart to see if it's the right jet. I'm assuming it is. I probably need to look at that and see. If anything, the jet's not too hard to change. We can do that after we get it all put back together. Oh my goodness. Camera equipment. I mean, having a YouTube channel is fun. I enjoy interacting with y'all. But this equipment is stressing me out. I mean, that is a DJI Osmo 4. I got that camera because it said it don't overheat, don't have any trouble with it, long battery life, which is true. But I'm out here in my barn, you know, it's late in the afternoon. It's not hot, not too bad. It's, you know, probably in the lower 80s now. But it's not really hot out here. I have a little fan going. Y'all might can hear that in the background. But the stupid thing overheated, you know? I mean, I just updated it, you know, a couple weeks ago. It might be needing another update. I don't know. We're going to try that. But it disconnected from my phone. It disconnected from the Wi-Fi. It just, the microphone disconnected. I don't know. The struggle is real having a YouTube channel, guys. I'm telling you, struggle is real. Back to the Predator motor. We left off somewhere, I don't know where. We got the coil replaced, got all the wiring hooked up. Now we're gonna go ahead and put in the new carburetor. We put a new paper seal right there, got that done. And I'm sitting here looking over this carburetor. This carburetor's got a little deal right there for, I guess, adjusting it. The old one didn't have that. It had a little piece of brass, but it didn't have no way of adjusting it. So you can actually adjust this one, I think, maybe. Slide this baby on there. For you guys to put the aftermarket breather housing doohickey on here, how does that work in the rain? Because I've got caught in the rain quite a bit on this thing. Does it suck moisture in it, or does it have something to cover it with? I've not really seen anything online about that. So yeah, y'all let me know what you have on that, if you have anything like that. So we'll have to put the proper gasket on here, which is this one here. My next upgrade on this will probably be another breather. Okay, we got the coil in there, and we got the carburetor just sitting there. We just got it slid up on there. I've got my throttle cable back mounted on top, which is just one bolt. It goes up behind that plate deal on the carburetor. I have such a hard time keeping up with everything. Gosh, that's why I hate mechanicking. I hate it. Just gonna get them started right this minute. Like tighten lugs on a car. Easy peasy, right? Okay, now on to carburetor. Oh, that was almost a bloopers and a half right there. Okay, get all my air hoses hooked back up here. Get this thing ready to go on here. This is the one that's a booger kind of. You have to shove this over toward the front, get it to really line up. All right. I'm putting this one in first, so hopefully it'll go in there. Now these two here, this is the only three that hold the carburetor on the motor. I'm gonna use hand tools for this. I think all we like is the gas lines. I made a video on TikTok today, matter of fact, about dirt daubers. How I dislike dirt daubers. This is why. See that? This is a brand new. It's been laying out here in the barn for a couple of days. Both ends, look at that, both ends is stopped, slam up with dirt daubers. But I want to show you something here. This came with the carburetor, this gas line, which is, you know, it's really not a very good gas line. I went and bought some gas line from my local mower shop, so we're going to use it instead. Okay, we got the coil put in and the carburetor on. I got to adjust my throttle cable. It's kind of out of adjustment a little bit, but I'm not going to crank it right now. My gas line that I had bought, a nicer gas line than the one that come with it, it's full of dirt daubers, so I got to get that cleaned out. And for now, I went ahead and put the one that came with the new carburetor on it, just to keep, you know, trash and stuff out of it. And the little clamps come with it, man, they're pretty cheesy. And the original ones won't fit on this gas line. It's a smaller gas line, outside diameter. The inside diameter is the same, but the outside is smaller. But we'll get that back on there and get this baby fired up and take it back to the lake and try it out, or the river, wherever I decide to go. But it's a pretty easy process. I hope, you know, I kind of explained it the best I could. That's the first time I've ever done it, so it's not too difficult. You just got, you know, a few parts to take off. Just mind, you know, the carburetor and when you take the carburetor off, check the gaskets, the little paper gaskets and all, because mine was torn. I can't wait to get this baby fired off and try it out. Hope that helps you guys out. Appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you soon on the water. Bye now.